Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am so grateful that I have this opportunity to start this new chapter in my life. Unsure of where I'm going, but I'm going with it and seeing what happens. So, um, with that being said, I am always open to feedback. Um, Positive feedback, positive criticism, anything negative, don't really want to hear it. Um, but I'm open and want to see where this can go and want to see what you guys want to know more of and what I can do to help you all. Um, so this is kind of like the idea spread that I'm thinking. Again, everything's up for change. I'm going to kind of start off by going by zodiac sign. I know a lot of readers do, when it comes to love and career or general or those types of things. I'm going to pull cards as they um, they come out, and I'm not going to have any real set intention in mind, because this is more along the lines of what needs or what my viewers need to see. Um, and again, you can take it as you want. Some of this stuff might not resonate with you. Some might not make sense now and might make sense later down the line. Some might have already happened. It all depends. Take whatever resonates and then leave the rest. So this is kind of like the idea of what I'm going with here. Again, I'm open for suggestions for any kind of change. I do shuffle and everything beforehand just because it does save a lot of time. I know you don't want to spend 5-10 minutes watching me shuffle for absolutely no reason. So I'm going to be doing this, and on top of that, I'm going to kind of throw in some of the energy with the planets and all that's going on, and we'll go from there. So as of right now, there is the way everything's kind of lining up, and I'm not an astrologer, but from what I've been reading and such, there is a lot of push for change, a lot of being true to yourself, taking off that mask in a sense, and letting yourself be who you're meant to be. And it is very difficult. It is a very difficult thing, especially when we're in a society where there's so many judgments, but it's being true to yourself, because that's the only way you're going to be happy. I also, from what I've been reading and kind of like the energy that I've been feeling, when it comes to romance, I definitely feel a shift in. I guess it's in a sense where it's there's gonna be like some like miscommunications, but it's also gonna be like pushing you out of your comfort zone in that sense, where it's like, well, let's look at something that I haven't looked at before when it comes to a relationship. And it isn't definitely not in any sense when it comes to like any sort of a commitment. It's more along the lines of the experience of something different, something new, something that you haven't done before. And sometimes that can kind of change your perspective on yourself and what it is that you want in your life. There's also later on this month, there is going to be the need for more fun and adventure. You're going to kind of feel, you could feel like you're in a bit of a rut, that you're getting bored with the day in, day out routines. But you need to find that balance, make that kind of work where you can have that fun, you can have that adventure, but you're also still taking care of your responsibilities. There is a new moon on the 18th, and that is going to really kind of push you out of your comfort zone, but at the same time, it's going to make you want to make concrete plans. And if you're not feeling that, and you're just feeling extremely uncomfortable, it might help you to make those concrete plans, getting an idea of what it is that you want and, writing it down, or, whatever it is that helps you get that grounding when it comes to this change, and not being where you're comfortable at. Right now, I'm not comfortable in front of a camera. Absolutely not. but here I am doing it, right? So, so yeah, so we have those changes coming up. So as far as the cards go, I'm just kind of going to flip over the Oracle, whatever you want to call them, cards. Give you a kind of what I'm feeling from those, and then I'm going to flip over the tarot. And I flip them all over, and then I read when it comes to the tarot, just because you kind of piece it together anyway, so there's really no sense of reading one at a time. I will when it comes to reading the cards, but no sense of just doing one at a time, at least in my opinion. So, apprehension. Oh, in case I didn't mention, which I don't think I did, this reading is for Leo. Apprehension. So you are in a state, or you possibly could be in a state where you are afraid. You're afraid of stepping out of that comfort zone. You are debating whether or not you can actually do it. And it's time to let go of those. It's time to let go of those. Right now, the way everything is, everybody could use a bit more of themselves out there. And I know a lot of people put on this front of, I'm a tough guy, I'm not a softie, all this other, but just being more compassionate, being more kind. I think that's in a lot of people, but society has made us kind of toughen up our skin a little bit, and it's more along the lines of kind of like let your light shine and bring that to other people as well. The world kind of needs it, not kind of, it does. Just saying. So here we have regeneration and yang. And what is so funny about this is at the bottom of the deck, you have yang, which is your masculine, feminine, and transformation. So it's finding balance between your yin and your yang. And once you do that, you will have an unbelievable transformation. And men, it's okay to be sensitive. Girls, women, it is okay to stand your ground. Whatever it is that you need to bring more of to yourself or be more of, it is okay. And you need to do it, because when a change happens, it's scary, but at the same time, it's always for your highest good. And as you're going through this change, I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but as you're going through this change, embrace the journey. You'd be surprised how many people think that it's just the end result. And it's not always the end result. Yes, it's important, but what you're doing as you're going is just as important. What you learn along the way is just as important. So for the energy, we have your third chakra, which is all about being who you are, your solar plexus, and the goddess of the moon. We love the goddess of the moon. She is telling you that you need to tap into your intuition, listen to yourself. Whatever doubts you might have about who you are, by being who you are and listening to yourself, that's all there is to it. It's almost like the answer that you're seeking to make those changes and be who you are is actually in yourself. It's just listening to that. And I almost get the sense you're allowing other people to hinder you in doing this. I don't know why, but I get the feeling sometimes it could be within a relationship, someone that you're with. You kind of feel like you have to be something that you're not to make the relationship work. Even in your home life, doing things that you're not completely happy about doing. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. I kind of want to do this. And anyone that is 100% behind you is going to be okay with it. They are going to support you. And in some cases, they might be like, oh my God, they finally spoke up. You know, like they've just been sitting back and going with the flow, and now they're actually speaking up, and it's nice to actually see that. People want to see you open up. Um, so then we're going to go into your tarot. We have the Magician. I don't know if you can see them. Magician. Justice. Page of Pentacles. The Emperor. You have a lot of major arcana going on here. So a lot of big changes. Ten of Cups. And the Sun. Holy crap, guys. Totally jealous right now. And then what do we have over here? The Two of Swords. So, this is all about you wanting to manifest. You want this change. You really do. In a sense, it's almost like you're waiting for something to balance itself out. It's almost like you're concerned in a sense, like when it comes to your stability. You know, your home. I think a lot of this might have to do with your home life. I don't know if there's someone around or someone that you could be with, a bit immature in the way they handle situations. But you know what makes you happy. I mean, you got the Sun and the Ten of Cups right next to each other, and then you got the Emperor, which means you are taking control of your life. You are taking control and making these changes happen. But for some reason, you are just, it's almost like you're meeting someone at a crossroad, or you're not able to come to an agreement with somebody. But it could be someone younger than you. It could be an earth sign, Virgo, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So it could be one of those that are a bit younger than you, a bit immature. I kind of get the feeling that you just, maybe when you met this person, you thought you were being your true self, and you realize that you're not. And you feel like, in a sense, you owe this person something. But you don't. And I think that's where the speaking up might come out too, and listening to your intuition, because this person might even already know that you're not happy. And it's all about like being yourself, and then that happiness. Once you have that, once you're able to be your true self and find happiness within, that's when happiness is going to come. And if you're not happy within a relationship, then it's always going to be a struggle. And of course, you don't want to hurt anybody, but at the same time, this is your life to live. This is your journey that you're going on, and you're not here to always appease others. You don't want to hurt others, of course. And I'm not saying go off and break up or whatever the case is, but it might be that heart-to-heart conversation that you need to have, that uncomfortable conversation that you need to have, that, hey, this is what I wanted when we met, but this isn't what I want now. It's, and people change too, they awaken, they start to come into to who they are and where it is they want to go. And this is something that you have been manifesting. You have been wanting this change. You have all the tools to make this change. And you can do it. You have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So that's all about taking control. It's definitely, I mean, King of Wands is fire. So it's definitely, it could be yourself taking control, making the decision to Be like, hey, it was fun while it lasted, but it's just not for me anymore, and kind of cut your losses. Um, and I think by doing that, you're gonna find your happiness. You're gonna Ten of Cups is all about relationships, or it's being happy within yourself and your home life, and it's taking control of it. It's making it happen, and you can do it. It's hard, um, but I think there's a part of you that really wants to come out and really wants to shine. And I don't know if you feel that you can't do it with this person, or if this person's going to be accepting of it. So, it just takes a simple conversation and seeing where it goes. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, but don't be an asshole. Simple as that. You can tell the person how you feel. Have a real heart to heart conversation. And see where it goes. And if it comes to a point where like you can't come to an agreement, then it's kind of like, okay, then I need to do what I need to do. I need to take control of this, and I need to make myself happy. And if you can't understand that, then maybe this is something that isn't going to work. You need balance. You definitely need that balance. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that you're doing a lot for others and not yourself. You need to start doing for yourself. I'm not saying don't help others. I'm not saying don't be there for others. I'm just saying make sure that you're not putting your happiness and your wants and needs aside just to appease others. That's coming up really strong. And whatever it is that you want to change in your life, make sure you have that concrete plan. And the new moon is going to be the perfect time to do it. The new moon is going to be the perfect time to write out your desires, what you want to manifest, and really think of it as stepping out of where you're comfort at. Did I say comfortable at? I think by doing that is going to let you focus more on what it is that you're working towards. I think if you don't at least write it down, if you don't try and set something concrete in place, then you are going to have a difficult time following through. Leo is always about your ego. I am a Leo rising, ascending, whatever. So when people first meet me, I come off very confident. When they get to know me, they realize that is a huge mask. I'm not confident in any way whatsoever. So if you have your sun sign in this, you're good at letting people think that you're something that you're not, just because you feel like who you are is not enough. And that's not true. Don't pretend to be something that you're not, just to make others happy. My heart kind of goes out to you for feeling that you need to be something that you're not to make others happy. Because that's not fair, and no one should ever feel that way. Be confident and bold in who you are. Don't let any obstacles or anything step in your way of moving forward. And just keep telling yourself, who I am is enough, and I can make these changes. And you'd be surprised what's going to come up. I can't say when. Like I said, these are just the cards that are coming up. So, this could be something that happens 2-3 weeks from now, 6 months from now, who knows. But just keep an open mind. And like I said, if this doesn't resonate with you, it might be for someone else. Or if there's a message that you're just like, oh, I think this person needs to hear it, share it. So I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I would love feedback, and I will be back soon. Bye.